All right, Muz. So, catching up tonight, 3-1 defeat against Mangotsfield United. Good performance generally, I thought.
Yeah, not so bad. Second half a little bit better. I think first half it was quite even. First 10, 15 and we got a goal, which was a decent goal. Good bit of play, good bit of running off the ball, and then we got a strike at the far post. Then they really turned the screw a little bit. They had a really good spell. I felt partly some of our clearances, but they were on the front foot. They were picking up second balls. I was coming into the striker, and the runners were causing us a few problems. And like we weathered the storm. We went at half time. If that had been 0-0, we'd have probably been okay. That's not a bad half, So to be 1-1, we were quite happy. I don't expect they were overly happy with it because I think they're territorially. I don't think Merch made loads of saves, a couple off a corner. But yeah, I thought they were better than us. They had a bit more intensity than us tonight at times, until the second half when it sort of opened up a little bit and we were a little bit braver on the ball. We did start to move it around a little bit better and created moments. Should I say moments again? I don't think we tested the keeper, but we got into good areas. They made some good blocks. Missed the target a couple of times, but we had moments, and 3-4 minutes away from getting a result.
Yeah, you say their second goal to take them 2-1 up came in the 87th minute, and then they're a good side, but 3-1 probably flattered them a little, I thought.
Yeah, that was we had a match. We down to 10 men. We 2-1 down. We're in injury time. There's no point going 4-4-1 and not hanging on to a 2-1 defeat. There is absolutely no point. So I just kind of sort of said, let's go 3-3-2 and have a go. And you never know. But we just couldn't get hold of the ball at any point in that last couple of minutes to really do anything. And and they got the third. I think they, like you said, I do think they edged it tonight. But if we'd have got a draw, I think it would have been a deserved draw for the way we battled, the way we dug in, and our attitude towards getting a result and doing things, the hard way without the ball tonight. I think, like you said, other games we would have been better with the ball, but tonight it just wasn't our night.
Yeah, and you mentioned just now going down to 10 men. Harley picked up 2 cautions in quick time, didn't he? And then I thought we battled quite well after initially going down to 10 men, but ultimately that probably didn't help us either.
No, but with the 10 men, we sat in there and they didn't create a lot. It was a clear obvious free kick on the edge of the box, and then I don't think he's hit it great, but it's hit the wall and gone in. Them's the breaks. But yeah, the 10 men didn't help. When we had a few tired legs then, it was very difficult to then jiggle it around to try and freshen up and get a result. But with 10 men, I think there was a couple of opportunities. Ollie came on and held the ball up quite well. Connor came on, did well, and we got Nell in a couple of times. So the pleasing thing was we're disappointed with a defeat against a very top team.
Yeah, and I just think that's one thing to reflect on. Mangotsfield United are definitely a good side, aren't they?
Yeah, really good. They were there or thereabouts last year. They were well up for it tonight. You could tell. They enjoyed the victory and they got the deserved 3 points. Another night, we may have nicked a point, and that would have kept our little run going. But we move on to Saturday.
Yeah, and talking of Saturday, away to Flackwell Heath in the Cup. I guess the cliche is nothing to lose, everything to gain.
Yeah, 100%. We had the same sort of mentality, attitude at Hartbury. We'll go again. See how we go. We know we might have to freshen it up a little bit. There may be a few niggles tonight, a few tired legs, but we're going to go there and try and win. I think in previous years we've been to some teams in a higher level, and we played a bit more defensive and tried to play a counter attack. We're just going to go play our normal game, and if we get a result, we get a result. If we don't, we move on to the next league game.
I think probably the summary point out of all that conversation, plenty to be positive about.
Yeah, definitely.
Cheers, Maz.